I am doing a demo analysis for Michael Bear. He requested a demo review from me through Reddit. So let's see what happens in this first round on Dust2. So you're playing CT side. Your rank is Silver 4. Not too bad, actually. So right now those T's are pushing Catwalk. I assume these guys on site have already called that out. Yeah, I agree with your positioning. That's good because there could be people still tunnels rushing up if they're not too coordinated. I don't know what your teammate did there. Yeah, so what happened there was you took a little too long to jump, and then that guy already saw your head while you were trying to jump up there, or he heard you trying to jump. So in the future, unless you really get good at that jump, I would just say go here, jump on top of here, and then while you're jumping onto there, you want to crouch so that they can't really see you, and then once you get onto the box with enough momentum, like try to do kind of a KZ jump. Once you get up on top of there, you can uncrouch and then try to kill him if you know where he is. It's pretty easy to do. I mean, it's safer than trying to do this pro jump. So we go to the next round. So you see a guy pushing Catwalk right now, and you try to get the spams. Actually, I want to kind of re-roll this. Next round. I didn't really catch that completely. And also, unless you realize that there's too many people on the site, you should try to pick where you're going. So I assume your team already saw him going cat, so you tried to help him out. That's a good move. So you pull out your USP, and you try to hit the Catwalk guy. What I'm seeing is that okay, so this might not be really obvious, but I think your strafes are a little off, and to be honest, your crosshair placement was not the greatest. So I would say maybe try to work a little bit on your aim with the aim map that I sent to you. So that's just one thing to think about. Also, this position is pretty bad because most of the time it gets pre-fired. If you're going to sit anywhere, sit a little bit backwards, facing the door, so that you have more of a chance to kill the guy. You can also get wallbanged here. Nice. That was exactly what I told you to. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, and that's okay. What I would have done, though, if they were actually pushing cat, I know that you're maybe thinking, like, they might have just straight gone down cat through mid. What I would have done was I would have just gone A, tried to push up a little bit on Catwalk, because people sometimes don't expect that. And you check the econs first round. So I assume your money situation, I think you forced up one round, right? So you're forcing up a UMP. That's okay. That's what I would have done in that situation. In the future, though, you might want to manage your econs a little better. Oh, your team's no mics? Yeah, that explains why. No comms is worse because you really have to play solo. So now you know that these guys are mid. What I don't agree with is this flashbang. Well, you can just stand here and kind of pop flash the people outdoors. They probably won't see it and you'll be able to get a good pick. However, keep in mind, when you're peeking out here, you're also exposed to Catwalk. And in case the Catwalk guy is blinded and he's opping, like if this guy were here, you'd probably be dead. And you kinda peeked out too wide this flashbang. If someone were here, you'd probably be dead right now. I think he just kind of got a little unlucky there. That guy happened to be there, so he died. Yeah, that's just one of your bad games. I really see that. In the future, though, maybe if you don't see anyone out there and you see a guy opping, I'd personally just go down because you've already got the info. I mean, you already know there's people pushing up cat right now. So you might be able to fall back and stay on site, maybe ramp and try to ninja them out. I don't know.
Let's go, let's go. I'm throwing smoke.
You know they're pushing at cat right now.
I'm throwing
So let's
smoke.
see what you try to do. Ooh, you get inside that guy. You actually have pretty well. But I think your strafes, like one problem with them is that your strafes are way too close. Like you're strafing way too much and you're spamming your USB. When you're using the USB, you want to use really clear and just slower taps because the faster you shoot it, the more inaccurate it is and the less of a chance you have to kill that guy. That's weird. So you just kind of turn away. Nice, got the M4. At this point, honestly, I would save if I were your team. Because they have better utility than you, and if I'm not mistaken, you're kind of gonna, yeah, you're gonna be pretty poor after this, so I would actually save this round. Whoop. Oh, that's too fast. That was a nice spray down from me. Nice spray control. Pre-fire sound. I feel like either your mouse sensor is kind of bad or your sense is a little too high because I see your aim is kind of grainy, like it starts flicking around a little bit. So you might want to crank your sense down a little bit. Assuming you heard the flank guy, yeah. This is actually a bad angle. Because most of the time, unless you have scream-like reactions, you're not going to be able to get a headshot here. What I would do, though, is I would just sit so that this corner, I'm not, like, peeking this corner. So you can have a chance. And then, also when you're playing these corners, and you're not exposed, like you're just sitting in the corner stairs right here trying to get a pick, place it a little bit away from the corner so that, like, if they wide peek, you got an easy kill. Because in spots like this, most people will wide peek. And it's really easy to take advantage of that. I agree with the save though. You did get the AK back. Curious to see what your team does here. Oh, you force up. That's actually, I don't know. You take the window position, but a guy just completely stewies you. I feel you. Like sometimes it's just not your day. But honestly, playing window, if you're not opping, is a pretty bad choice. You're easily overwhelmed, and you just kind of lose sight super easily. That's an interesting smoke. I have not seen that one. Nice frag. How many bullets do you have in your mag? Unless you had really low bullets in your magazine, I wouldn't reload there. Like, you also have to not always spray, but you want to burst at the head. So that saves bullets. Because if people are pushing, you generally don't want to spray. So if you hear a lot of people on site, just try to burst. And even if you are at really low bullet capacity, try to use your bullets as much as you can, because more of the time you're going to die reloading than running out of
I am
bullets.
planting the bomb.
Force round? Oh yeah, because you guys are on off right now. You bought a shotgun and you played window? Okay. I sometimes do that, but if you're gonna play a position like that on B, what I would play is I would play the little, on B side, this place right here, there's a little cubby right there. So you can just sit in the cubby and wait for people to push out. It's really good for mid-trade. That from us. See the guys push out, you do get a nice frag there. Nice teamwork there. Nice, this is the angle I was talking about earlier.
Counter-terrorists win.
Not much of the shit there.
Grenade out. Incendiary.
so they're pushing it along. This guy's gonna give you a boost. Next time when you're boosting, make sure this dude is completely in the corner. If you're out here, you're exposed. It's actually not a good idea to play this spot straight up in the round. Generally, when you're playing on B site, you want to be on A site. You want to be a little aggressive because you're not really going to get much information just playing on site. If you play on site and they push up, you have no information. You're completely caught unawares, and it's going to take your teammates a little time to push up. If you at least push up, get information, or if you push up and die, you can get a little bit of information where people are, so your teammates might be able to formulate a plan as to where you might go. So yeah, if I were you, I would just, going A, I would push all the way up to catwalk, and then if they smoke Xbox, you can kind of peek out without worrying about lower tons. Peeking out top mid, you can get an easy frag there. Saw a guy there, nade him back, nice job. Your teammate's flanking, kinda questionable.
Throwing flashbang. Smoke.
They continue to push up catwalk. Ooh, that's a nice frag right there. Yeah, I see you flicking all over the place. You really need to turn this down. Like right then, this is actually not a good spot to spray. When you're spraying, generally you want to start spraying around this part right here, right? Pretend there's a secret line right here. This is the spot where you want to spray. On that bursting is a good idea at all ranges. So right there, you should have bursted, in my opinion. Because I can see your spray control, it's not exactly the best. So there's spray control maps that you can use. While you're playing those maps though, keep in mind that sometimes you don't have to hit the head. You can try to hit the head for the first few bullets, and for the rest of them, try to control them so that they hit the body so you get the maximum chance of death. That's unfortunate, and you don't have nades. I agree with the push though. Ooh. Well, to be fair, I think you were a little low in health anyways. Whoop. Yeah, that's bad. Might have skipped around, but I think this is it. Overall, I would say your aim is definitely better than a Silver 4. I mean, in terms of sense, if you toned it down a little bit and you took the aim practice regimen, I'd say you'd pretty easily get up to around Gold Nova 3, Gold Nova Master. Definitely. That's just a huge waste of time. If they're a fast pushing cat, you're dead. You know they're on B. You don't really get out of the sight. Right there, you shouldn't have reloaded, because if he hears you reload, he's probably gonna push out. If you're low on ammo and you have a rifle, switch your pistol so that you can at least somewhat counter him. Also, their retake servers in Counter-Strike, they would probably help you out a lot in terms of just basic retaking. Yeah, again, staying on site like this is a horrible idea. Unless, okay, so I know 2 of your teammates were in CT spawn, but really, unless they completely get overwhelmed mid, you shouldn't look mid like that. You can't give up catwalk because you're the only guy on A. It's imperative that you look at one angle and one angle only. Ooh, missed the opper. You shouldn't have, honestly, if you see an opper here, you should just stay back on site. You shouldn't wide peek that, because the opper, like in this case, the guy peeked out, right? So you're completely caught unaware. At a higher rank, you just be dead. Yeah, your sense is pretty damn high, man. Ooh. I think it's this round. always be sure, like, okay, to be fair, you guys are on pistols and there's not much you could do, but really you should just stay on site hidden behind this box so cat guy can't see you and trying to kill this guy. You wouldn't have had much of a chance anyways, but I wouldn't know that. Timeouts, take forever.
Unleash the batteries. Take them out.
You know they peek at, but unless they actually peek, don't spam that because, like, what if they're sitting there, you spam, and they peek out, you're dead. Whoop. I would've just smoked that side there.